Hello and welcome to Deauveau, the fictional British enclave on the north coast of France. That's the official location and I'm sticking with it. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. Now today we'll be building in the area marked in red and putting down a new building area in the area marked in blue. So that's what we'll be doing today. Also, a level of detailing that I have personally never seen done before. And I'm sure somebody else must have, and probably a few of you have. But if you have, or if you know somebody that has, do let me know, because I just want to check out their work so I can see just how ridiculous I am being. It'll be at the end or the latter portion of today's show, so it's something to look forward to. Never ever seen it done myself, so I'm excited by it. It's a lot of work though, my god, it's a lot of work. Right, well, today we're going to start off with more house plopping, more of these McWelshman British suburban houses, and just basically trying to make them fit some of these awkward nooks and crannies. Now, I know that we are a little way back from the water's front. That's because I do have a plan for the water's front there, so don't worry about the fact that there's this gaping gap between where these houses are going to end and where the actual bay begins, because there will be things, there are plans. But before we do any of the planning, I need to go back to names. You guys have been really helpful. I wasn't very helpful last week. When I asked you for names for the schools, I did so in the closing credits, when a lot of people will have already sort of got lovely, seen enough of this, I'm off now. So not many people actually heard me say, can I have some names for the schools, please? That said, I think we have got some that we can work with. So if you gave any suggestions last week, do listen out, because you may be hearing your name coming up in a moment. First of all, the primary school, the infant school, the first school, the school that's immediately adjoining this little cul-de-sac or this little loop of houses. And that I've gone with a suggestion from, and I apologise for the pronunciation, I have no idea how to do accents over letters, and I know how it varies from country to country as well. Noel Strunning, possibly Struning, but I'm going with Noel Strunning because that's kind of how it would be pronounced over here in Blighty. The suggestion from Noel, I've taken and tweaked so it works better for me, which is kind of like my show, so no. But you do get the credit, Noel. It's a bonbon school for little bonbons. Bonbon school for little bonbons, that little first school going on there. Then the high school. Now, I wasn't inundated with fantastic titles for the high school. In fact, there wasn't a particular one on its own that I liked. Having said that, there was one in, I think it was in the chats. I can't find a record of it. So if this was you, do put your hand up in the chats or in the comments and say, that was me. Somebody said, because we did have a bit of a fire going on. We did have a little bit of poor little school was on fire. Yes. And the suggestion was to call it Burnt Embers. Now, to me, Burnt Embers isn't the name for a school. However, having said that, I like the word ember. And so, indirectly, rather than just name the school, you have named the entire district that we are building. Welcome to the district of Deauveau that will from now on, this entire housing area and schools and so forth will be called Emberton. Emberton is where we are, and it's going to be Emberton High School. So there you go. Burnt Embers has led to Emberton. Thank you very much for that one. There was one suggestion though that I did really like. Again, didn't work for me as the name of the school, but the school does have a sports centre. And so, a little nod to you, Christopher Hunt. I'm sure you are watching. You said Cinder Hall, and Cinder Hall will be Emberton High School's sports hall. There we are. I will be renaming that off of camera, and but you will get the credit for that one. Thank you very much, Chris. Very good. So anyways, that's basically all the naming. If you've got anything particular that you think that I've missed, and we do have a few roads down here, like that particular, we've got the cricket ground as well, things like that, which is obviously on the school ground, so I'm not so worried about the cricket ground. Not so worried about that. But yes, we've got some roads that are shooting and growing, and this whole area here is now starting to flesh out with a few more roads. In fact, by the end of today's show, I do believe pretty much everything on this side of Broadway Pass, that's the main road running through the area, will be pretty much done. Pretty much in terms of house placement. Yes, I've got detailing to follow, I keep saying that, but yes, all of that will be done. But yeah, this road that we're now approaching, this on the corner here, that is the start of Charlotte Road, and that Charlotte Road goes all the way down to where we will be building our new building in a minute. This area here, I thought we'd put these garages again, but it just looked a bit crap. It just looks a little bit crap. So I decided against that and gone with some of Beardmonkey's garages. And I will link these in the description, as I will with all of the assets that we are using today. Every time I use a new asset, you will find this linked into the description down below. Anything that I'm placing down that I haven't linked into the description down below, like the houses, you will find these in the previous episode where they were first used. So feel free just to just start the episode up, look at the description. If you don't see any listing for houses or what you're looking for, then just go to a different episode and have a little look there. I'm not going to, there's a limit, I think there's a 5,000 character limit on the description in a YouTube video, so I can't list everything. But I will, at some point, do a one-click collection. Yes, I will indeed. At the moment, I'm into hide it here. I'm just trying to, I can't remember what I was trying to hide here. There was something that was annoying me. Let me have a quick look down here. Oh yes, there was a street sign there. I didn't. What was it? A fire hydrant or something. Something that just didn't look right. I just wanted it taken away. Yes, a really nice mod, that one. If you don't use Hide It is a mod that will let you hide pretty much anything in the game. It covers a whole host of all the previous mods as well. Things like no radioactive desert and more. That it covers all of those things. The remove decoration sprites mod, it covers all of that, and a whole host of other things, all under one mod now. So if you can go into Hide It and basically just remove the one little thing that you want taken away. Very nice mod indeed. I won't link it, just go straight to the Steam Workshop and search Hide It, and it'll just be there. It'll be the first thing you find. So yes, a whole road full of these garages. I haven't detailed the road properly yet. There'll be something like an abandoned car and some litter and garbage, all the sort of things you'd expect to find in like a council estate garage alley like that. That will all follow. Yeah, I keep saying it, I do want to do some detailing at some point with the back alleys and put a little bit more foliage and trees, grasses, all that kind of thing down in the back alleys, just to bring them a little bit more to life as well. So anyway, yeah, just putting a few houses down. Colwyn, I believe this is Colwyn Avenue we're working on. No, we're still on Charlotte Road, I'm sorry. Charlotte Road is that one, and then Colwyn Avenue is the next road down, which we will be moving on to now. There we are. And then, once we have completed this little zone, which won't take more than a few more moments, I'm actually looking at my timeline as I'm chatting away, trying to fill now. I could have done this a little bit faster. I could have time-lapsed this much faster. But then it would burn your eyes, the speed of the animation, and you don't want that, do you? You want to be able to see roughly what I'm doing, surely. This is all copy and pasting using Move It, by the way. Move It, plot the growables, all those bits put together. Right, okay, now we'll move on to the next part, which is down the corner of Charlotte Road. Light setting slightly different, sorry about that. Here, on the corner, now this was suggested by, I can't remember who it was who suggested Charlotte Road, but they said if you have a church on the corner, you could call it Charlotte Church Road, and so here is Charlotte Church, although actually I don't want to call it Charlotte Church, and so today, renaming things, I'm looking for a name for our church. Now, the church we're using today is the Medium Church by Chistolisto. So chose it because it's got a really low profile, fits in really well with the housing estate, and it has that kind of like build to it that makes you think it may have been built around about the same time as the houses and the school as well. So it has that same sort of like 20th century, mid to late 20th century feel to it. So that's all good. And then around it, I did toy with using the parking lots roads, but we're using them an awful lot, and they can be they're great, but they can be a bit samey. So we got some parking lots that I found on the workshop by one of my favourite creators at the moment. You don't get many people making parks these days, not since Park Life came out. Is there any use for parks, really? That's the thing. And of course there is. Of course there is. The creator in question is Core79, C-O-R-E 79. Again, these will be linked in the description down below. On the corner, at the front of the church, we have got the corner parking 6x6, that's by Core79. And then on either side of the church, on one side of the church, we have got the parking zone 10x2. And on the other side of the church, we have got the parking lot 10x2. I couldn't tell you which one was which now. I think the parking lot is this side and the parking zone is the other side. I could be wrong there. But yes, I'm just doing a little bit of tweaking with trying to get extra parking bays in, and it just didn't want to be playing ball. So in the end, I bucked out of that one. And anyway, yeah, a little bit of surface painting going on here to make everything fit together. Now we're finishing here. You may notice here we have got a statue. It's the Europe Jesus statue by Egyptologo 91. Egyptologo, what a great name. Absolutely brilliant name. And we've surrounded this with the planters. I think these are king letos. Couldn't tell you. Just curb props, not planters. Yes, or is it? I can't recall. It's one or the other. I think it might be curb props by King Leno, actually. I take that. One way or another, it's a really good thing. You can push them together and the border actually makes a new border. It's very, very clever indeed. And the brick wall that we've used pretty much everywhere so far, the power station, the school, and now around the church as well. Now you'll notice that we are doing a little bit of a walled area on the side of the church, and this is me. I'm not going to do a cemetery because once again I don't feel that this is a modern church, and as a modern church tend not so much to have, or to the best of my what I've seen, they don't tend to have cemeteries because of land value and space. We don't have, we can't bury somebody. Once they're buried, that land is taken. So the modern thing, of course, is to go with crematoriums. And so what I wanted to do here is I wanted to provide a little bit of greenery for the church, a little quiet area. If there has been a funeral, or you've had a wedding, you want somewhere nice to have a photo taken outside, then this is your little your peace gardens, your gardens of rest. You can come out here, and I would say it'd be nice and quiet, but it's just over the road from the school, so it's probably not that quiet at all. Especially if the school is burning down and we have all the fire engines outside. Oh, and by the way, thank you very much everybody who's told me how to solve the issue with the fire spreading. Yes, I haven't played the game an awful lot in anger recently, and as much as I've owned the natural disasters for quite a while, other than activating it so that I could do an asset review for something that was specifically natural disasters, never used it. So I'm pretty much learning natural disasters. I'm going to have to teach myself Park Life as well, not used that yet. It can't be that difficult. Let's face it, it can't be that difficult. I'm sure I will get to the bottom of it. So yes, that's the plan anyway, that anyway. So no, back to natural disasters. Yes, so for the fires, I now know that I do need the helicopters thing, and watchtowers. That's right, watchtowers. And I'm a bit reluctant to put watchtowers up in the town though, because it's just going to look a bit silly. I don't know how everybody else deals with it, and I do need to have natural disasters active, if not the disasters enabled. Disasters are not enabled, so don't worry, nothing as bad is going to happen to my city, apart from the fire spreading. And I do need the natural disasters because there is Cinder Hall, the sports hall is a natural disasters item, and that's the one I want to use. So we're kind of like, I've got to suck it basically. I've got to suck it. If anything burns down through the trees catching fire, then, well, that's just for me to deal with, isn't it? I can moan and groan all I like. Anyway, that's your church. I need a name for the church, please. Not Charlotte. Thank you. Not Charlotte. And not Catherine. If we can avoid Catherine, that'd be great too. Now, we've got to do a little bit more building placement. So while I'm doing that, yes, I don't want Charlotte's too obvious, and Catherine is too obvious as well. So if we can have a nice, unique name for the church, I don't mind if it's confectionery related, or if you want to name it after yourself, or of course, the church was made by Chistolisto, so if you want to have Chistolisto's Christ Church or something, it's literally your decision. Well, your suggestions. I'll make the decision. Your suggestions. But let's see some good ones, please, in the comments or in the chat if you're watching. And if you are watching now on the chat, on the premiere, thank you very much. We do this every Friday, guys. If you're watching after the fact and this video's been up for a little while, yes, every Friday we'll have a little chat bar going. I am there. I am communicating with you guys, responding to your suggestions actually in the comments live, and you can get to interact with me, which frankly I find a little bit weird. Just a little bit weird. I'm just a guy with a computer, but there we are. Anyway, yes, if that's gonna make your day, then I'm happy to make your day. How about that? So right, we are approaching that detailing thing that I told you about at the start of the show. Now, ideally, I would like this to be part of the vanilla game. There is a vanilla mechanic already in place, but the vanilla mechanic is the thing that annoys me, and that's what I'm trying to get away from. And it would be great, it would be amazing if we had a mod that would do this. I don't know if it is possible, or if a modder would even want to give it a go, and if they did, this would make my city somewhat less unique, because everybody would just go ahead and do that, wouldn't they? Probably, maybe. So anyway, what I'm doing is I am doing this particular level of detailing by hand, 100% by hand. And I'm going to show you on speed. You don't really want to see me do it at regular speed because, well, I probably spent an hour doing it. But you're going to get it all. Well, you're going to get some highlights in about 1 minute of footage. But yes, anyway, so this part of Emberton is now pretty much finished. This side of Broadway Pass. We've got the other side of Broadway Pass to start working on as well. And next week we will definitely have the first commercial area, so that's one to look forward to. No doubt I'll be using some of Rick 4000's work, but I haven't decided exactly what yet, so something to look forward to there. Now, this level of detailing, you know, these buildings, like the Laurel residence, the Nightingale residence, I find that incredibly annoying, especially when the Laurels do not live in the Laurel residence. It's a whole different bunch of people living in there. So I'm numbering and naming each and every residence on the map. So we're on Broadway Pass at the moment. There are 2 buildings in each one of these houses. So I'm working up from, I've already named all of the lower part of the street. So yes, 112 to 114, 116 and 118. And I am using the, obviously, fortunately, the paste Control V to keep repeating Broadway Pass. But yes, I have named all of Broadway Pass. Charlotte Road's been done, Colwyn Avenue's been done, and Welshman's Place has been done as well. So I'm kind of on top of it. I've done most of the build so far. But there we are. That is where we're up to, and we'll do a little bit more work. But like I say, commercial next week, commercial area. Shall we have a look at some cinematics? Well, it's more of a manual drive-through today, but I couldn't get these cinematics to be as smooth as I would have liked them to be. But thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me next week for some more Deauveau as we start on the commercial areas. We could do with some. We've got 100% demand for commercial. And obviously you can join me Monday to Saturday for What's Map, where we try and find you the right map for your next city build. And we'll do probably a tutorial on Sunday. And don't miss the chart show. It's my best work. Why don't you watch the chart show? You really do. Anyway, thanks a lot. See you next week. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.